Well, good afternoon, everybody. First Alert meteorologist Justin Bradford here. We are covering a lot going on here in the weather department. Today, very uneventful and quiet day, beautiful, filled with lots of sunshine, temps well into the 60s. And it's possible that some folks could get close to 70 degrees in southern sections before the day is done. However, we got to pump the brakes on the warm weather sticking around in our First Alert forecast because quite frankly, it's not going to. We're going to go back to some cooler weather after the potential for some more severe coming late tomorrow. And by next weekend and a little beyond that, we could be talking temperatures that are close to 40 degrees colder than what we have today for highs out there, or more than that. So we're going to take a peek at that in your First Alert forecast. I want to start, though, with a shot outside at Mason. It's a beautiful view from the Keene Store Cam out there today. Temperatures at 66 degrees. Got a southwest wind helping us get that warm air back in here, and we're well above our average, which is in the lower 40s this time of year. You can see across a lot of the region, our 24-hour temperature changes on the plus side about 15 degrees or so, give or take in most spots. That equates to numbers, as we mentioned, that are in the mid to some upper 60s. And so Owasso 67 looks like the warm spot right now, but the cool spot is St. John's at 63, and since they update at the bottom of the hour, it's probably closer to 65 there right now as well. So pretty nice day, all things considered, no matter where you are, well above normal. You can see those warm temperatures that we get to enjoy here in the Great Lakes region. However, cold air not far off. You can see just off to the north and west, the 20s in International Falls, Glendive, Fargo at the freezing mark, and that area is headed our way eventually over the coming days. We'll probably have a lot of highs in the 40s coming our direction, which is still near or just above normal, but cooler noticeably than today, which is great over the next 12 hours. You can see those readings down through the 60s, and we stop in maybe the mid 50s overnight tonight. Could go down to the lower 50s in a few spots, but all in all, it's going to be a really quiet evening for us as well. Even though the clouds start to filter back in, it'll be very late overnight. We might be able to work a shower or two into the area, and there'll be plenty more to follow that. So here's the satellite radar right now, which shows you virtually nothing. It's just another beautiful day across the Great Lakes. If you happen to be off near the Lake Michigan shoreline, possible to see a lake breeze flare up a quick shower this afternoon there, but here in the center of the state, we should be dry. Nothing other than a few sprinkles up towards the Straits of Mackinac to talk about right now, but that is all going to change very soon. So we wanted to give you a first alert to Tuesday night. We have declared a first alert weather day for this, potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. That would mainly be wind gusts to 60 miles per hour and heavy rainfall, causing a very quick and short-term flash flooding with some thunderstorms in a few spots. The models aren't all picking up on this real great right now, but they didn't do a great job for the most part with the stuff last week either. So we wanted to just give folks that first alert and keep an eye on what's going on, because now our severe weather outlook has been brought mainly south of I-96 into the slight risk for most of mid-Michigan. That now includes Lansing up to the north edge of town and Jackson as well. You can see that in the very far southwest corner near South Bend of Michigan, they've got the enhanced risk, which is a 3 out of 5. And so marginal risk extends up to Saginaw Bay. This means that all of us need to have that first alert for severe weather as we head into late tomorrow night and even early Wednesday. So the risk for a tornado is not zero, it is low, but large hail and strong winds are going to be the main threats that we look for. So don't be surprised to see some hailstones with any thunderstorms that pop up tomorrow night, as well as, of course, the strong gusty winds, which are usually our primary threat. And flooding is an elevated risk as well due to the nature of some of these very heavy downpours that may come through the area. So that's a quick first alert breakdown to your severe weather risks. Here's the hour-by-hour forecast we'll go through the rest of this evening. And again, if you can get outside and enjoy it, it's going to be a really great one, especially now that we are in daylight saving time. We got that extra hour of light to enjoy in the evening, all the way through about 7:37 or so this evening. We'll have the sunlight, and we will have it with clear skies and temperatures well into the 60s will be one to enjoy. And then the overnight, we get cloudy again, temperatures staying in the 50s. Could be a sprinkle late overnight and into early tomorrow. And again, this model keeps most of us pretty quiet until we get late in the day. Notice where the temperature divide is here. You see on our future radar 70 in Hillsdale and 37 in Alma. Now, I don't necessarily think that's how it'll all pan out for us tomorrow, but we may notice a pretty sharp shift from the far northern to the far southern sections tomorrow, with, of course, the southern places being a little warmer, and that'll be the case through the evening. This model brings in a couple of those storms close to or after midnight heading into our Wednesday, but we should all have that first alert because things can quickly change as we head into late Tuesday with the pattern that we've got on hand. And you can see behind that some steady rains continue and maybe heavy at times into our Wednesday Wednesday as well, where temperatures are once again in the 50s, but not for long. They're going to fall after that as we head into the rest of our forecast, and by the time we get to late Wednesday, not as much going on. Thursday will be even quieter across our neck of the woods. But you'll feel the change, I think, when you see this high temperature trend. Yeah, we're near the upper 60s today, but how about 40s Wednesday onward through the week and weekend? And this time next week, going to look a little different than this time this week. We're talking that 40-degree difference in temperature as far as the highs go. The high next Monday might not even make it back to 30, and that could be true on St. Patrick's Day, that following day, Tuesday as well. So a lot colder air going to settle back in here. And, well, it's not just the cold weather we're talking about. It's the potential for some winter weather to bite back, too. I've got currently on Friday a mix of rain, snow, and wind, so we might be close to 70 in some spots today. But by the end of the week, we're going to have a few flakes flying through the air, and by this time next week, highs in the 20s, lows in the teens. Maybe we even spend a night in the single digits by the time we get to early next week. So it's not the news everybody wants to hear, but it's the reality of living in mid-Michigan in mid-March, and it's what we tend to see a lot. And this year, going to be no different for us, it looks like, across the area. So, of course, you're going to want to stay with us for real-time updates online, on our Facebook page, YouTube, right here on News 10 Plus and streaming. But we've also, of course, got you covered on air as well. Studio 10 at 3 p.m. I'll have another update coming up. Andy will have your first alert forecast at 5, 5:30, and 6 o'clock today. In addition to that, a cool story I want to mention I got to do today, visiting with community members in Union City, where I was earlier this afternoon, as they're picking up the pieces after that high-end EF3 tornado, 160-mile-per-hour winds, 4 folks dead across Michigan, including 3 in Union City. And so a lot of damage there, and while it's a very heartbreaking story, it was pretty cool to see some of the cleanup efforts that are ongoing right now as they restore power, clean up with the houses and everything. I also got to speak personally with the runners of a really cool event they have going down there where they're giving out meals to folks. We're going to have a whole lot more and talk about that coming up in our show today. So you want to tune in for that, and you'll have your First Alert weather forecast updates as well to that First Alert weather day, which again on Tuesday is going to be really for the overnight period. So we'll have a lot more coming up in our coverage. In the meantime, once again, we appreciate you watching, and have a wonderful and safe rest of your day. Get out there and enjoy some sunshine while you can.